Hmm?
You come to my probably steady.
Oh, boy.
You got to get the news or get to the
The Earth, a giant mass of rock and water flying through space. It's unlike any other planet we know because it supports life. It's not just our home, it's the only safe haven we have in the universe. But how did it get here? What strange forces of nature created this living, breathing planet we depend on? It's a mystery scientists are only now beginning to solve. Naked Science brings together the latest research to discover just what it took to create an Earth on which people could live. In this vast cosmos, there is only one place we know where humans can survive. It seems as if the Earth was made for us. It supplies us with water to drink, food to eat, and air to breathe. It's the only home we have, and we rely on it entirely. But 5 billion years ago, it did not exist. Where the Earth now sits in the outer reaches of the Milky Way galaxy, there was just a large cloud of gas and dust. This is the astonishing story of what transformed that cloud of dust into the planet we know today. One person who understands what it takes to build a planet is astronomer Tom Fleming. Using telescopes like these at Kitt Peak in southern Arizona, astronomers have pieced together how the Earth was born.
Become part of a large community. Join Delto, 500,000 global markets. Unlimited demo account, 24/7 support. No complex settings.
Planet we know because it supports life. It's not just our, it's the only safe haven we have in the universe. But how did it get here? What strange forces of nature created this living, breathing planet we depend on? It's a mystery scientists are only now beginning to solve. Naked Science brings together. It's the only home we have, and we rely on it entirely. But 5 billion years ago, it did not exist. Where the Earth now sits in the outer reaches of the Milky Way galaxy, there was just a large cloud of gas and dust. This is the astonishing story of what transformed that cloud of dust into the planet we know today. One person who understands what it takes to build a planet is astronomer Tom Fleming. Using telescopes like these at Kitt Peak in southern Arizona, astronomers have pieced together how the Earth was born.
It all begins with a big cloud of gas and dust. Little particles of dirty stuff, grains of sand, grains of silicon.
Scientists call these regions of dust and gas molecular clouds. But they're not like any clouds we see on Earth.
Molecular clouds are vast. They cover hundreds of light years in size.
It was from clouds like these, photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope, that the Earth formed. The clouds are made up from the debris of hundreds of dead stars. When stars from the early years of the universe burned up their fuel, they exploded and showered the surrounding space with their ashes.
When the first generation of stars died, either gently or explosively,
it draws the dust particles of the molecular cloud together. Over the next 10 million years, the molecular cloud slowly contracts under the force of its own gravity.
as our gas cloud collapses under the force of gravity to become a star, something very interesting happens. And I'm going to try and demonstrate what happens with these two lead balls and this carousel. Now I'll step up here on top of the carousel. I've now increased my mass by the mass of two lead balls, and I'm holding them straight out. So the mass in my body is distributed at a distance far from center.
Fleming is impersonating a molecular cloud. The weights represent its mass, which to start with is spread over a huge area.
Now I'm going to ask Lucy to give me a hand here and give me a little bit of angular momentum. As I start spinning, I'm going to move the balls closer to the center of my mass, and notice how faster I'm spinning. And when I bring them out, I slow down again. And as you can see, this is exactly what happens to the interstellar cloud.
The large molecular cloud had a small rotation. When it shrank, this rotation speeded up. As the cloud contracted, the energy of the material flying in from space caused its center to heat up. This spinning ball became our sun. The rest of the cloud was spinning so fast that it spread out into a vast disk of dust and gas. This was the cradle of life, the material that would form the Earth and all the other planets. Until recently, what turned this dust into a planet was a mystery. Then, in March 2003, a lighthearted experiment on board the International Space Station led to a significant discovery. Astronaut Don Pettit was curious to see the effects of weightlessness on different substances. In a series of simple experiments, he filmed bubbles, indigestion tablets, swirls of colored water, then filled the plastic bag with salt. This last experiment turned out to be a scientific revelation. But at the time, Pettit didn't realize its significance. The person who worked out what it meant was fellow astronaut Stanley Love.
Don likes to mess with things, and one of the things he messed with was putting things in plastic bags, granular solids like sugar, salt, got all these little videos, two different material